Beginning of every good mountain bike run, there's the climb. Beginning of August, mid Wales. Very dry. But the muck's been spread today, so it's nice and smelly. Oh, this is a pretty good road for Britain. Oh, I might not look it, but I reckon it's 1 in 6. That's a bit steeper. Oh, looking back down into the valley, out towards the golf course, and where all the trees were cut down. A lot of the hills around here have been on fire lately. We woke up to the smell of smoke this morning. We went off for a park run. And look at us, now we're out mountain biking. There's a nice breeze up here. You can see where the sheep are up here. What did you say? Oh yeah, cattle over there. Nice to see them out of the shed. There's a weather mast. Well, they have to put in before they put all the big turbines. They're going to look nice here, aren't they? People come all this way for the countryside. They're going to wreck it. That looks like Theo muck spreading up there. And then we're going to head off. There's a little quarry there. You can go and look for fossils. That's known as the Shepherd's Hut, which you can rent out. And you get the quarry for yourself. That's looking across the Rogo, that hill over there, which is a bit of a picnic spot. And we're going to cycle a mile or so down this gravelly track till we hit Blacktop. And there's my wingman, just rehydrating, having a hydration break. Hey, time for adverts. Drink Coca-Cola. Still, is that far enough away? Now, I had a complaint in one of the videos that you're all too close and I'm looking too gorgeous. So he said, oh, there's too in your face. You need to be further away. But of course, my arms only go that far. So I'm afraid you have to see me in all my glory. Oh. So, how's it going?
Feeling. I ran 5K this morning. So.
That's looking down to where we went walking the other month. One vac. And this is a lovely little bit of common land up here. And we're the only people up here. And that's looking down towards Pennyvan. That way. Peaky bits in the distance. There's just us and some sheep. Right, let's see if I can do some cycling along shots. There you go. So cycling along shots. The obligatory wheel. There we go, you have to see a bit of that. There we go. And if I extend you, take it a bit longer. Maybe up there. Right, I can't look at the camera and see where I'm going at the same time. You should be able to see Mrs. Antagonist behind me. Is she there? There. Oh, we're on the gravel. Let's do a bit of off-road. Trying to remember which way the gears go. Clicking up and down. It says thumb down, I think. Trying to remember. Alright, so I'm going to I bought myself a little case to go touring with. You see that? Let's hold you out that way. And that case is to hold this camera and also my phone. So I found when I'm touring, we see so many interesting things at the side of the road. By the time you grab your camera, it's too late and you've gone past and you can't be bothered to get it out. So hopefully it's a lot easier just to shove it in there and put it out. So I'll just put you away for a second. I think it's a bit more. I'm trying to brake and steer using my 2 fingers on my left hand, which isn't easy. Not when you've got 25 stone of English muscle sitting on the bike. And that's me, by the way, not Mrs. Antagonist. There we go. Let's see if we can keep it going. Go over the next hill. I suppose the answer is to film with my left hand, perhaps. And somewhere I do have a thing to stick on my helmet, and also a chest harness. But the chest harness is made for small people, not normal sized people like me. So that's looking southwest. So it must be what, 4:30 in the afternoon now. So that's looking down to sort of Pembrokeshire that way. Hello ladies, gents, out the way, coming through. There's a chap here with some amazing delivery of firewood. Very jealous looking at that. Oh, I think I'm just gonna, that got a bit tricky there. I'll just pop you away for a second. I can do a bit of cycling then. So we made it to the road, nearly. As you can see, they're digging the road up at the moment. I think they're laying an electricity cable. And it is our sort of secret back way. If the road, the main road's shut. That's looking across to England over there. That ridge, just beyond. And then one day, I'm going to go up and over that hill. But today we're going to turn right, go past that digger, drop down the hill, and we're doing a short circuit because I haven't posted anything for a while, and there's a reason for that, and that is because life is hectic, isn't it? What with family and the new house and work all getting in the way. So what I thought I'd do is, we have been away for 2 weeks, and I thought I've got a lot of footage, and should I find the time, probably be about Christmas, I'll stitch it all together and then you can indulge yourselves watching that. But in the meantime, I just thought I'd throw this up. And how the bike's doing. We both got matching second-hand, what are they called? Koners, which we bought a while ago. And my daughter and her partner went out the other weekend and borrowed Mrs. Antagonist's bike there. So it's all functioning as it should do, isn't it? That's looking back where we came in. You might just be able to see in the far distance the shepherd's hut and the quarry. And then behind the mast there is the trig point, which we walk up to now and again. Right, I'm going to pop you away again and whip you out when I see something interesting. Right, there we go. There's our friends. We've just acquired 2 more sheeps. So we're up to 7 now. Still more grass than they can eat. So that's looking northwest towards Raider and the Cambrian Mountains, and when you get down to the road, turn right to go up to Landrindod. Yeah, it's I was trying to brake one-handed and it's too steep, too dangerous, particularly with our quality roads that we have here in the UK. And off she goes into the distance. Oh, that was a nice downhill section. I think that chap was asking if the road was shut.
Oh.
I was going too fast.
Bye.
Oh. I think I've been talking to the camera, forgetting to turn it on. Oh. Trouble is, the camera's nice and small, but it's so small in my eyes, I can't see if it's on or not. I don't want to be pedantic, but you might want to spot what's wrong with that sign. Right, we're just dropping down to the main road. We'll cycle along that for a bit, I think. And then after that, it's a long, steep drag up a lane where we have to open and shut about 3 gates. So I think there's a good chance we might walk up that one. So here we go. Well, I have managed to cycle some of the way back up this lane. It's not too bad. Pushed it for a bit. Just waiting for Mrs. Antagonist. There she is, coming around the corner. There we go. And it is very hot. The trees are still green, but the grass has gone. It's gone from green to yellow to brown to grey now. That's the Dust Bowl. Frustratingly, there's a number of gates across this road, which I don't know if you'd like to put a gate across the King's Highway, probably right away, but they keep 1 or 2 sheep in this field. I think it's got more to do with keep the gates shut and then people don't drive up and down. There's a bedraggled red kite. And yesterday over the house, as well as the kites and buzzard, I think I saw a female sparrowhawk, smaller, bit podgier than a pigeon, but then also a long straight tail. These are kites. I think got the V-shaped tail. They like to go over us, pick up all the amphibians they can find. We're going across to our crag. A hot horse in the shade. And the last of the gates across the road. And thankfully, that one has a farm. T. Gwyn Farm wasn't shut. Just 2 of them. So if I take you looking through the trees there, that's the hill we went up, along the top and down the bottom to the Rogu. The house you can see in the distance there is where we went up past earlier on. And then a load more up, and then a wee all the way down. Here she comes, almost back up onto the heights. It's not as bad as it looks. There's steep bits, levelish bits, steep bit, levelish bit. So I think we pushed 3 times and we have cycled, believe us. Look, I'm hardly sweating. So up there, the telegraph pole, I don't know if you can see it, is in those poplar trees, is the lane down to our house. Not quite as easy cycling a mountain bike. They're a lot more snatchy than the wide tyres and riding a touring bike, which is a smoother ride. That's been good fun. Haven't been out on these since we've been here. So, well, I've been out it once, just to blow the cobwebs off, just down the track and back. But yes, part of the whole point of moving here was to go out on the mountain bikes. And after nearly a year, well, 10.5 months, finally get what we came for. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. So there's our little hill fort up there. Crag of the Vipers. And you'll recall, those of you like watching the earlier videos, you'll recall, just the other side of those trees, where they cut them all down. And I said, I'll tell you about what happened. And I said to Mrs. Antagonist, when they first started cutting those fir trees down, I said, I bet they cut through the fibre optic cable. And sure enough, within a day, they managed to get through the cable. So we let them know straight away. And then they had to, it was 3 weeks. And when you work at home, 3 weeks of downtime without the internet. And we've got fast fibre up here, which is pretty good. With downtime, it gets expensive. But they gave me £100 off for 3 weeks. Because they said, oh, you need to allow us a week to at least come and mend it. And then they needed to get the team out here to close the road, even though there are only 3 houses down there. And we wanted it done as quickly as possible. Oh. And then they connected it all back together, only for it to last about 3 or 4 days. And it went again. And the man that repaired it came out again and said, oh, I repaired it once. And he went out and checked it. I think that box there. And he said for some reason the cables had all come out again. But since then, touch wood, it's been okay. Oh, look, another cyclist. I think we better get out of their way. I think they might be going around this bend. So this is the... I won't take you down this hill because this is a... Hi there. I won't film down this hill because it is quite steep. So there you have it. That's our first little mountain bike. Up over the hill opposite, along the top, down along the bottom and back up this hill. Hope you enjoyed it, and look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye!